Imagine purchasing an expensive piece of equipment only to discover it doesn't work as promised. What legal options do you have? In contract law, one powerful remedy is revocation of acceptance, a legal concept that allows buyers to cancel their acceptance of goods that fail to meet contract specifications. Revocation of acceptance is a buyer's right to rescind or cancel their acceptance of goods when those goods don't conform to what was promised in the contract. This concept is primarily governed by the Uniform Commercial Code, specifically UCC Section 2-608 for sales contracts and Section 2A-517 for lease agreements. For a buyer to successfully revoke acceptance, several conditions must be met. First, the nonconformity must substantially impair the value of the goods. Minor defects typically won't qualify. Second, the buyer must not have discovered the defect before acceptance, or they accepted the goods based on reasonable assurance that the seller would fix the problem. Third, revocation must occur within a reasonable time frame after discovering the defect. Finally, the buyer must provide clear notice to the seller about the revocation. Courts examining revocation of acceptance cases focus on several key legal standards. They evaluate whether the defect substantially impairs the item's value to the buyer, whether the buyer acted within a reasonable time, and whether proper notice was given to the seller. Courts also closely examine buyer conduct after discovering the defect. For instance, continued extensive use of defective goods might signal waiver of the right to revoke, though limited use to mitigate damages or test the product may be permissible. It's important to distinguish revocation from rejection. While both concepts involve non-conforming goods, rejection occurs before the buyer accepts the goods, essentially refusing delivery up front. Revocation, on the other hand, happens after acceptance has taken place and is subject to stricter requirements. The buyer must demonstrate substantial impairment that wasn't readily discoverable at the time of acceptance. When revocation is successful, buyers can pursue various remedies. These typically include refund of the purchase price, damages for incidental and consequential losses, and recovery of costs related to transporting or disposing of the non-conforming goods. However, sellers may be entitled to an offset for the buyer's use of the goods or deterioration not related to the defect. Real-world cases illustrate how courts apply these principles. In Horwitz v. Sonnenschein, Nath and Rosenthal, the Illinois Supreme Court clarified that even partial use of the subject matter doesn't preclude revocation. The court emphasized that a buyer's reliance on seller assurances can justify delayed revocation, and that the standard of substantial impairment remains pivotal in these cases. Revocation of acceptance represents an important balance in contract law between protecting buyers from defective goods and providing sellers with certainty in transactions. The requirements for timing, notice, and substantial impairment ensure that this remedy is available when truly needed, while preventing its misuse. Understanding these principles is essential for both buyers seeking remedies and sellers defending against claims in today's complex commercial landscape.